If this was useful, subscribe. Every sub really helps a channel this size. You can expect more clear-cut analysis and faction playlists in the future. Welcome to a comparison of the 8.1 patch Chariot mount to the Spider and Wolf mount for the Goblin Big Boss. Stay tuned for the comparison of the 3 mount options for the Orc War Boss and a separate comparison for the Great Goblin Shaman. Quick disclaimer. Before attempting hero hunting, the sneaky stabbing ability is required, and slippery is recommended. We'll begin with what the Chariot isn't good at. Solo dueling, which is the standard use for this hero, especially since he has a skill option to silence spellcasters. For this, we need a Spider or Wolf mount, with a preference for the Spider. The AI in this game is trash sometimes. This shouldn't have happened, but it's a good example of why the lack of speed can be a downside, especially on flat terrain, for the Spider mount. This mount is still my recommended mount for the Goblin Big Boss overall. The Strider perk is powerful in all forms of terrain that hinder other units' speed. This even includes forests and marshes. Against something a little sturdier like a Runesmith, you don't even have to recharge him for the charge bonus if you don't want to. He's capable of attacking and being left to do the job without micro in many cases. Just come back to pop his abilities at a later point to speed up the fight. On a side note, Goblin Big Bosses seem to run out of Vigor fairly quickly. Is this an expected behavior, or did other factions get a buff that these guys missed? If you know, drop a comment. Let's find out if 2 wolves are better than 1. It's fun to watch him fly. One of the bonuses of the new mount is the fun factor. I paired him up against the engineer, but he didn't do well there either, and it was boring. So, here's his footage against the Runesmith. At the start, he was doing okay, but he's really not built for dueling. Don't worry, we'll show his strength later. Even without the speed buff, the Wolf mount keeps up with enemy units more easily. It just lacks the staying power, poison debuff, and Strider buff. Without the Strider buff, the terrain has to be accounted for. This hero is significantly cheaper than the human engineer, but has no problem dispatching him. It's his specialty. Apparently, 1 wolf is better for this task, but what about for clearing trash or standard infantry? The Spider mount has mass, but is still a single target mount, making it inefficient against a group. The Chariot pushing straight in easily is no surprise. It's hard to even tell that the wolf hit the group. Not much mass, and its single target damage focus leaves it lacking here. Let's watch the master at work. Goblins have 2 great mounts for when they need stabbing. But what about for when they don't need stabbing? What about when they need run over instead? That's where the new Chariot mount in patch 8.1 comes in. What did I tell you about the fun factor? The Chariot mount plows right through infantry, as you might expect. Careful when you start running out of vigor. He will start getting stuck when he gets tired and exhausted, but can still take care of this unit on his own fine. For a generic battle, I recommend a couple of micro charges, then returning him back behind your line or hidden in some trees. The speed of the wolves will help with the execution of this. I do recommend the Chariot mount for Goblin Shamans and Orc War Bosses. I don't recommend it for the Goblin War Boss unless under special circumstances and army comps not requiring a single target backline attacker. Even with how fun the Chariot is for the Goblin Big Boss, the Spider or Wolf will be your better bet for min-maxing. But I'm all about making something work just despite naysayers, so you do you. If you made it this far, I appreciate the hell out of you. Every time I get a sub, it gives me just that little bit more motivation I need to focus on my editing. Well, go try him out. See what you think.